When are you guys gonna learn? The more you indict, the more we unite.
Thank you for joining us. I'm here with the prosecutors and investigators who have worked diligently. The indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump.
Trump's lead is even larger. So these are 3 polls that were out over the last week. Look at these leads for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is polling better right now than basically at any point during the entire 2020 cycle.
After 4 indictments.
After 4 indictments. It just doesn't really seem to matter.
That's fascinating.
And this could backfire.
Former President Donald J. Trump faces a total of 91 charges across 4 criminal cases. They include 44 federal charges and 47 state charges, all of them felonies. Let's take a look at each one of them very quickly. Number 1, the hush money state indictment on business fraud charges in New York, $130,000 alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stephanie Clifford, known as Stormy Daniels.
The more you indict, the more we unite.
Number 2, classified document. The former president's second indictment came on June 9th when a grand jury accused him of illegally retaining classified information after he left office, showing some of the documents to individuals without proper clearance and hatching a plan to hide the materials from officials in the defiance of federal subpoena.
The more you indict, the more we unite.
Trump was arraigned on June 13th at the federal courthouse in Miami before new charges were unveiled in the superseding indictment in July.
The more you indict, the more we unite.
Indictment number 3. In 2021, Trump is being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, 1 count of obstruction and an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and 1 count of conspiracy against rights.
The more you indict, the more we unite.
Indictment number 4, the Georgia RICO and conspiracy case. Trump's 4th indictment came late on August 14 when a grand jury accused him and more than a dozen of his allies of massive criminal enterprise to overturn the result of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. The case was brought by District Attorney Fani Willis and will be overseen by the Fulton County Superior Court, George Scott McPhee.
The more you indict, the more we unite.
In the midst of all these different indictments, Trump's polls numbers have only increased. Trump decided to skip the recent presidential debate that happened a couple days ago. And to be honest with you, it seems to me it didn't even matter because his polls numbers have only gotten better ever since.
And Donald Trump is polling better right now than basically at any point during the entire 2020 cycle.
After 4 indictments.
After 4 indictments. It just doesn't really seem to matter.
That's fascinating.
Harry Ensign, thank you.
Thank you.
That's fascinating. That's so freaking frustratingly fascinating. They're literally beside themselves. They can't believe it.
Trump says he made the right decision to skip the first debate. He went on to say to Tucker Carlson, Trump says that my polls numbers are up. I made the right decision and broke all the record with Tucker Carlson interview, he said in the Truth Social post on Tuesday.
Homies doing life in jail, they living in hell. These DAs acting silly, my mugshot is worth a billy. So some merchant made a milli, shot McMillie out in Philly.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God, it's beautiful.
And after the most famous mugshot was taken, it is now being reported that Trump's campaign has now raised $7.1 million in support as a result of the mugshot.
Presidential campaign. They say Trump, so far the favored presidential candidate for the Republican Party, raised a whopping $7.1 million for his campaign after he was charged on August 24 with trying to overturn Georgia's election results. And $4.18 million of that was just on the Friday after surrender, the most ever collected for his campaign in a 24-hour period.
I'm done embarrassing myself. I'm done.
I'm done.
And Trump rallies has been somewhere about 50,000 people on average. And this is what it says also on the Hill. Christie calls estimate of Trump's rally crowd size absurd. Why is it absurd, Christie? It says on Fox News, Sharon asked Christie on Fox News Sunday to wait on the local authorities in South Carolina estimate on Trump, one on Trump's recent rallies. There had been attended by around 50,000 people, which Christie labeled absurd. He said that Trump's rally are meant to serve Trump, not the American people. I don't think so. Maybe the American people just know a good president when they see one.
Come on, folks.
I wonder how many people attended Biden's rallies lately. Has he ever had any? Anyway, let's just say anywhere Biden went, what's been the reaction of the masses? Biden also went to visit the people of Maui after they had lost their homes and they were devastated by the supposed wildfire. If I may put it this way, let's just say he did not receive a very warm welcome.
Bye.
Wow, he's finally here. Wow, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. You.
And basically booed him throughout his entire visit. As Biden seemed constantly confused.
The people of Maui are frustrated with Biden because supposedly the Biden administration offered them somewhere about $700 while they are sending so much money to Ukraine. Well, that message didn't fit in very well. Let's just put it that way.
Some residents there say they feel abandoned by the administration.
So why aren't you taking care of what you claim to be in charge of rather than sending out all these funds and whatever else you guys are sending to Ukraine or anywhere? Take care of here first. You know, I don't see why any president wouldn't step up and take care of what's part of their, territory. I think it's a stupid move on his part. Biden, yeah, he's an idiot. Sorry. No, not sorry.
One of the most recent development has been among the black community. They have been supporting Donald Trump even more and denouncing Biden's even more. Let's listen to this video.
Which is just the beginning of this epic backfire for the Democrats, as Trump's motorcade to jail was met with cheers. Where he had a very diverse group of supporters outside the Fulton County Jail. And some had more aggressive t-shirts showing their support. But more importantly, look at how much the narrative behind Trump has changed online.
But if that Trump get convicted of this crime and he can still run for president, I'm voting for his ass. I'm voting for that. I'm voting for him. Just to see what the he do, because that funny now. Trump is funny as hell. I'm voting for him.
I ain't even like that with the politics, but boy, this gangster, can't lie to you. An ex-president with a mugshot, and what if he wins? What if he win in 2024? Boy, it's over. Just hope you won't be able to stop him. You wouldn't be able to stop me. I'm telling you.
Look what happened to Martha Stewart. She caught that felony. She goes to all the cookouts with Snoop Dogg. She is endorsed. Trump is a brother now. I'm sorry. You go to jail in Zone 6 Atlanta, you a brother.
Can I ask you a quick question? Yeah. So you are obviously a person of color like we are.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to not be Trump supporters. So what is it about Trump
You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I was talking to my husband about it earlier. And when I really started educating myself and informing myself on Donald Trump, one thing that I'm passionate about is human trafficking, that especially of children. And when I really started digging into it, I saw that Trump also is a huge supporter. He donated recently $35 million to support human traffic survivors. Yep. That really struck a chord with my heart. And so
Amazing.
When I started really looking into him, I'm about action, I'm not about words, okay?
Yes,
I like the fact that he says what's on his mind. I like the fact that he doesn't say what he thinks people want to hear from him. And to me, I know everything that he's done for the black communities, and I stand behind him.
Beautiful.
100%. I'm not only a Trump supporter, I am a Trump lover. And for the longest time, I've been afraid to come out and say that.
Well, here we go.
Because I didn't want to lose my blackness or my black friends or whatever. But
Remember what Joe Biden said, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
What an idiot.
Earlier today, I was actually on X, and this is what I saw. Rapper Bandman Cable. Yeah, got a tattoo of President Trump on his right thigh. On his right thigh. Okay.
The more you indict, the more we unite. We all the way up, you heard me? It's Trump 2024. That's what it's gonna be, because we ain't having nothing else. All right, let's deal with it. You can vote for that racist man if you want to. He doesn't care about black people. Man, you capping. You capping. Man, I'm so sick of this, man. I'm so sick of all this cap talk. Come on, man. Get off the plantation, brother. Use your head, man. Think for yourself. Come on, now. You can't believe that. Tell me one thing, Donald Trump. Tell me how he racist. Give me something. Give me something. Because you ain't got nothing. All right? The man don't have a slave master nowhere in his family history. Okay? When he was in Hollywood, everybody rocked with him from Oprah Winfrey to Snoop Dogg, Jesse Jackson to Mike Tyson. All right? He had a black girlfriend that he dated. What about the black lady that was homeless that they found in this hotel that he took care of and sent the flowers every day? Fresh flowers. You say the man racist. Man, you cap.
So what are they going to try to do now? It seems that nothing is working against Trump. How do you stop Trump from getting back into the White House? Indictments? Fail. Political persecutions? Failed. Briberies? Failed. Threatened with imprisonment? Failed. What else could they possibly do to stop this man from winning? Well, there is one more thing they could do. How about banning him from the 2024 election based on the 14th Amendment? Let's just say that he has committed insurrection, because we've been talking about that ever since January 6th. Now the foundation has been laid. So now we can stop Trump from getting into the White House, even though he is yet to be proven to be guilty of that supposed insurrection. Yeah, let's make that make sense. Oh, check this out, by the way.
So a new legal debate is raging over whether President Trump could be disqualified for running for office under the Constitution's 14th Amendment over his attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
U.S. state urged to block Donald Trump from 2024 run. Why? Why do they want to do that? Why will they do something like that to President Trump? Well, let me tell you more. Could Donald Trump's civil war post disqualify him from running in 2024? That's the big question now we are being asked. What exactly has he done? What is that civil war? Well, what happened on January 6th, Trump is still being blamed for it, even though he has yet to be proven guilty of it. And now they're saying he cannot run for the election as a result in 2024. Guess what? It's very simple. They do not want Trump to win. Now, they are basing this on Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, introduced in the wake of the Civil War, state that a person who engaged in insurrection or rebellions after taking congressional oath should be prevented from running for office again. They went on to say that the U.S. Constitution is clear that anyone who takes an oath of office in insurrection is forever barred from holding public office again. Election officials must carry out their duty, follow this constitutional mandate, and bar Trump from the ballot. Again, like I said earlier, the more they indict is the more people unite.
This for all you haters. 1, 2, Trump is coming for you. 3, 4, don't indict no more. 5, 6, the election was fixed. 7, 8, y'all made a mistake. 9, 10, Trump is coming again.
Well, here's the question. Could this actually work? Is this a final effort to put an end to Trump's presidential election? Because we know for certain that Biden cannot win. He doesn't stand a ghost of a chance. So the goal is to stop Trump by any means necessary.
I have been praying for this day. Praying for what?
Let's take a listen to a lawyer on CNN debunking this claim that Trump cannot win or cannot run based on the 14th Amendment, debunking this claim perfectly well. Let's take a listen to him.
In here, all officials who ever swore to support the Constitution and who thereafter either engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the Constitution or gave aid and comfort to the enemies of that Constitution are automatically disqualified from holding future office and must therefore be barred from election to any office. You know, you and I were talking, full disclosure, we were talking earlier today, and you say this argument is flawed. Why do you think there's a flaw in there?
Well, Erica, this is based on the 14th Amendment. These are two brilliant scholars. They're correct to note that the 14th Amendment rightly bars someone who's participated in insurrection or rebellion from holding future office. The problem is the 14th Amendment tells us nothing about how that decision gets made, nor does any case law or statute that's been passed. Does Congress decide? Is it Senate? Is it House? Is it majority? Is it 2/3? Is it a court? Is it a jury? Is it a judge? Etc. And what they propose in the article is they say, well, it's self-executing, which that does not do it for me. What they're proposing essentially is, well, every state, local, county official who handles ballots will just decide on their own whether he's disqualified or not. That would lead to wild inconsistency and chaos, and I don't think that's a viable, practical solution here.
No way.
All right, this man's name is Eli Oneg. He keeps talking like that. He's gonna be Don Lemon very soon. He's gonna be fired talking like this. Anyway, this is where we are with all of this discussion, friends. If this bishop is correct, I will say this. They need to be very careful what they do to Trump then. maybe they might be messing with God's plan.
I'll say this, by the way. This is to our beloved people of America. Trump is the last president that you must have in 2024. If you don't have Trump, you can kiss your country goodbye. The next superpower is coming, will destroy everything. And I don't care what people say. And then we'll make some deals. Pray, my beloveds. And I pray, and I need your prayers as well. And may the church wake up.
Yeah, I'll let you decide on that, but I'm going to close this video with a final text. Listen, friends, it's very obvious what's going on here. If you didn't get the memo thus far, well, I don't know what else to tell you. Listen, in Psalm 37, verse 7, the scripture says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the land. I'll leave this matter in God's hands. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for listening. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe to the page if you enjoy the content. And also make sure you go over to our store. Get yourself a merch supporting the movement. Let me put that on your screen for you. Go over there. I'm going to put a link in the description below. Make sure you go over there and support the movement as well. Wanted for president 2024, Donald J. Trump, 4 more years. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.